Welcome to Seamless Productions. Let's talk about the year when the reggae dancehall category was more hotter than the VGMA artist of the year. Let me take you back to 2016. I don't know if you have understand the whole thing from 2015 to 2016 or just from 2016 to, but in all from 2016 to when 2019, from 2016 to 2019, this year made this reggae dancehall artist more hotter than the artist of the year category, because we have two artists who are always dominating. We have two artists who want to prove who is the main dancehall king, should I say that, or who does the dancehall better. So we have the Shatta and the Stonebeoy, who always have something in mind to prove every year. So with this, we have the dancehall artist of the year category making or becoming the hottest, because whoever wins prove himself to be the real king, or whoever wins prove himself to be the real dancehall artist, or the real, like, hardest, should I say, the hardest worker throughout the year. So talking about this is the same reason why we have the VGMA 20th anniversary run between Shatta and Sarkodie, between Shatta and Stonebeoy, when a gun was even put under this award. But how did this whole thing happen? How did this dancehall category become hotter than the mainstream or the main artist of the year category? With this, just as I said earlier, we have one artist. We have one artist called Shatta who started calling himself Dancehall King from a song he released, the title Dancehall King. Then we have Stonebeoy, who also released a song. Let me check this thing sharp. Did Dancehall Sabashi? There was one song that Stonebeoy released earlier in his this thing. Beam Nation, sorry, that was Beam Nation. Stonebeoy released, Shatta released Dancehall King during let's say debut in the industry or something, or he re-entry in the industry. And Stonebeoy released Beam Nation, try to prove themselves that they run the country. That was that period, or they run the dancehall team. Each person believes he is the main team. Like when they're talking about him, and when we mention dancehall, who should we mention first? It is Stonebeoy. It is Stonebeoy or Shatta. So this artists started picking their own things. This artist started to do their own thing. You have Shatta who released his real album, trying to prove himself that he is him. You have Shatta who released his this after the Storm album, performing under the rain to prove that he is him. Then we have Stonebeoy who started his Beam Nation concert, trying to pull out numbers. I remember Stonebeoy it was recorded that Stonebeoy pulled up to 40,000. That was his second run at the Ashama. I don't know if it's Ashama Park or something. So with this artist provided a solid ground. So every year, when this category is being released, when these nominees are out, we have these people or these two artists fighting to get this artist or this this award claim like every artist want to win this award because they feel that this is what will prove to their fans, or this is what will prove a point. But with all this, I think earlier Tawali had an issue with VGMA. That was around not 2018, around 2017. Tawali had an issue with VGMA, which he has to be taken out for a while. Then still might have to be carried the whole thing. So people were like, okay, because Tawale was not in there, that's why this is happening, that's why this, that's why that, that's why that's why that. So in I think 2019 March Tawale's retained. I remember 2019 March Tawale's retained. And then the return, it was so hit because the competition has started again. But I think during the back and forth, during their two rounds, I think it was just 1-1. So my Tawale wins it. I think for the, I think in the first round between the two, Tawale wins then Stonebeoy came back. Then I think all those things happened. Tawale have to go off. Stonebeoy have to claim it throughout. And people were like, because Tawale is not there, that's why all these things happening. Because Tawale is not there, that's why Stonebeoy have no competition. So Stonebeoy have VGMA, their 20th anniversary, they have to cut Tawale back, have to put everything, have to put everything together, and say that Charlie, this isn't going to happen anymore. So everything was set for 2019, which is their VGMA's 20th anniversary. Then we have every nominee being mentioned. It was left with 2 hours. That was the VGMA Artist of the Year and the Best Dancehall Artist of the Year. Because here like the case, VGMA will even are likely to even choose the Artist of the Year before they mention the Best Dancehall Artist of the Year, because everybody was waiting for the Best Dancehall Artist of the Year. But in all, it was mentioned that Stonebeoy won Best Dancehall Artist of the Year. So in quotes, Stonebeoy moved to stage. Stonebeoy moved to the stage to have his acceptance speech and all those things. Then you have Shatta who moved on to the stage without anybody's, like, nobody knew what he was heading there to do, or what he had in mind to do. So with 2 dancehall artists trying to prove who is bad or who is the baddest, certain things happened on stage and gun was pulled and everything went down. With this during this year, we have no artist of the year because somebody claimed the VGMA the VGMA how do you call it, the VGMA best dancer or reggae dancer artist of the year. And I think that alone solidified it to be the artist of the year. Although in many other ways, it was said that Shatta won the artist of the year. If it was mentioned, or if the things would have settled down and the award should have come back, and they should move on with all this, Shatta would have won the artist of the year. But all in all, this is how hot the reggae dancehall artist category was. This was how big the reggae and dancehall artist was. That category makes Ghana music much better than what we are having. So with that being said, thank you for watching Flex Production, and also see you in the next video.